Let me tell you something. If you are over 40 years old and you feel like you have failed in business so far, especially online, this is for you. So we go through why most people over 40 fail at online business, and there's a simple fix for this, and we will understand in the end of the presentation what is the fix. So in the next 35 minutes you will discover the structural mistake that keeps smart, experienced people stuck, and exactly how to fix it. And this is something different than what the gurus are telling you. So it all starts from here. Does this sound familiar to you? You have 15 to 25 years of real expertise from your work. You have bought courses, maybe too many, and you have tried building an audience on social media, on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and so on. And you know that you have something valuable to offer, but monetizing that offer online, nothing clicks. So the real frustration here is that you watch 25-year-olds making millions online, and you have more experience, more credibility, and more real-world results. But they are winning, and you are stuck. So what you have already tried, most likely, Instagram, LinkedIn content, building an audience first, free webinars, low-ticket courses, and following guru advice. So what's the result? Months of effort, sometimes even years of effort, and in many cases, zero paying customers. Does this sound familiar? And here's what nobody tells you. The problem is not you. The problem is that you are following a playbook designed for 22-year-olds with nothing to lose, and in many cases, lots of capital to invest and little expenses in life. Most of these guys have little expenses. You might have family, kids, and all kinds of expenses. So there are two very different paths, the guru path and the expert path. So the guru path goes like this. You build an audience first in Instagram, YouTube, whatever. You post daily content and you chase for views and followers, and you hope somebody buys. And it might take 2 to 3 years to build that audience. In the expert path, you find a burning problem on the market and a target audience. A burning problem and a target audience. Next, you build a solution to that problem, which is basically your offer. And then you find customers with paid ads. You sell and you make money, and then and only then you start scaling the business. And this can take like 45 days. The order everyone gets wrong is here. What you have been taught is that you come up with an idea, a business idea, and you build a product. You create brand and a beautiful website, and then you start growing your audience in social media, and then you try to sell. What actually works and what actually the real experts do is that they find a burning problem on the market, a burning problem and the audience, and they create a small test offer just to test the idea, and they start selling that test offer on the market, and they get paying customers. They collect feedback from the customers, and then they start building the bigger product, the premium product. So first we make money, and then we build a structure. First we make money, and then and only then we build structure. So before I show you what actually works, let me explain you why the common advice doesn't work for people like us. So let's begin with the false solution number 1. You start with your passion. This is probably quite familiar to you. Do what you love and the money will follow. And this is one of the biggest BS in the business. So why it fails? Your passion is in your head, and the paying problem is in the market. The market doesn't care about your passion, it only cares about the solutions. So the second false solution is that build your product first. Why it sounds good? You need something to sell before you can sell, right? Why it fails? You can spend months working with that product without any income. And there's a risk. You might build something that nobody actually wants. And this happens all the time. And you never ask the market. You never ask the market what they actually want to buy. You just guessed. And this is the reason why building your product first is not a good idea. First logo, then you need website, a brand. You need to look professional before anyone will buy, right? Now, you spend weeks on colors, fonts and design. You get 0 customers, 0 feedback, 0 revenue. You can sell with just an email and a bank account. If you start focusing on your logo, website and brand, you're spending so much time on things that don't matter in the beginning, while you could go and sell just with an email and a bank account. You don't need anything else. Then the false solution number 4, grow audience first for free. Free customers, no ad spend, just post content. That's why the social media is there, right? Gurus sell this because it sounds good, not because it works. It is so tempting to start posting online and thinking that I will get free customers. It doesn't work like that. 50 euros in ads will give you so much more data for decision making than 6 months of posting online. 50 euros in ads will give you real signals from the market in 1 week, while 6 months of posting online gives you only hope. So, what actually works? The first money framework. The first money framework is something that actually works. This is a simple approach to earn your first 10,000 euros plus online in 90 days, even if you start from 0. There are 6 important steps in this process. First of all, we find the problem and the audience. We find a burning problem with AI tools from the market. Then we come up with an offer, which is basically a solution to that burning problem. So it is a promise for who, for what price. Then we start building a test product, a simple service product that we can deliver right away. Why service product? Why not a digital product? Why not an e-course or ebook or something? The service product, something that you do for the customer, is so much easier to sell, and people buy from people. And if you promise to do something for the customer, let's say in 1 week, and they pay you like 500 euros for that, it is so much easier to sell, and it actually delivers real results. So then we start getting the signals from the market, basically running ads with a small budget. From the ads, we will get the first contacts and discussions with potential clients, and then we get the first sale and the second sale and so on. And after that, and only after that, we start building the bigger product, like an online course or coaching program or consulting package, whatever it is. We start building that bigger premium product only after getting the signals from the market. Only when we have proof from the market that our solution is actually going to sell. And then we start scaling the business. More ads, more customers, and so on. So notice that the bigger product comes at step 5, not in step 1. In the typical approach that people do is that they start from the product. They start building the product first in the first step, while it should come in the 5th step. So you start by testing a solution to a problem the market has, and after that you start building the bigger product. So in the phase 1, you find the burning problem. You use AI tools to discover what people actually want to pay for. So don't start with an idea in your head. An idea is in your head. A problem is in the market. The market pays for solving problems, not for your ideas. So instead of thinking what product should I create, you should think what problem keeps coming up and what can I actually solve. So there are 3 criteria for the right problem. Your experience or skills, you start from that. If you have some experience and skills in some area, that's a good idea to start working from that. And you don't need to be a world-class expert. You just need to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of your audience. You can do something that they don't know how to do or they don't want to do. Then you use AI tools to get market data. So for example, ChatGPT or Claude, you use those tools to find problems from different sources. And AI gives you the insights that you actually need. And then next, you make sure that there's buying power and reachability on the market. You need to make sure that people on the market can actually pay, they have the money, and you can find them with ads. Facebook, Google, YouTube ads, and so on. If they don't have any money, they can't pay you, it's not a good business. And if you cannot find these people with ads, it's not a good business because they can't find you and you can't find them. You will never meet and you will never make money. So the market tells you what it wants. Your job is to listen, and AI will help you with this a lot. So how AI actually finds burning problems? ChatGPT and Claude can analyze thousands of sources in minutes for you. They can analyze Reddit discussions, Facebook groups, forum threads, YouTube comments, and so on. And you discover pain points people mention repeatedly, and exact language they use, and what they are willing to pay for, and gaps competitors miss. Finding this information manually would take ages, but AI tools nowadays can do this in a few minutes. In the second phase, you come up with an offer and test product. This is a simple service to test if the market will actually pay. So what is a test product? It's a simple service product you can deliver immediately. It's not a massive online course. It's not months of video recording. It's not 47 modules and 200 lessons. It's not anything complicated tech setup. So it can be like a one-on-one consultation or coaching. It can be clear service package, done for you solution, and it's deliverable in 1 or 2 weeks. It's something small. It's not a big one. So the goal is to get the signal, not to scale. We are not trying to make a lot of money in this phase. We're trying to get the signal from the market, a proof that our idea works. Does anyone want to pay for this? So here are a few examples of test products, like 60-minute consultation and action plan, 4 weeks sparring, one hour a week, done for you package, like a plan, document, template, and so on. I help you with something in 30 days. In limited time, clear promise. Simple things. And how much you would charge? Something small, like 100 euros to 500 euros. The goal is not to get rich here. The goal is to get signal. Is someone willing to pay for this? What kind of customers does this attract? And what do they need? One paying customer tells you a lot more than 6 months of thinking. So you want to get signals, and the best signal you can get from the market is that somebody pays you for the service. So here's a pro tip. People don't pay for information, they pay for transformation. So instead of saying like, I teach project management, you would rather say, I help new managers deliver their first project on time and under budget in 8 weeks. This is just a quick tip for you when you come up with your service product idea. Now, why not a big product first? Why don't you want to create an online course or coaching program right away and go straight to the billions? The old way is that you build a big product, it takes months, you hope somebody buys, and then nobody buys. And then you start all over again. So the risk here is that you lose time and money. While the first money way that I'm talking to you right now is that we start with a small test offer, we see if somebody buys, we collect feedback and money, and we build bigger products based on data. So the risk here, little money in ads, plus 1 week, 2 weeks time. So just a little bit money and a little bit time. In the next phase, we start getting the signals. So now we know the problem in the market, and we know who is having this problem, who are the potential clients, and then we have the test product, and now we start selling it. So we run ads with a small budget, like 50 euros, 100 euros in 1 week. And how do we actually sell? So instead of running ads and hoping that somebody buys from your website, you don't want to do that because it doesn't work well, at least in Europe. So how do professionals sell in Europe? We run ads, we get connection with the potential client, and then we start conversation. We start discussing with them, and we want to build trust, and then we sell them something. So instead of being lazy and running ads and waiting somebody to buy, you run ads, you get connection with potential clients, you start talking with them, discussing, and you want to build trust, and then you sell. And this works brilliantly. This works great. Now it takes a little bit more effort, but not a lot. We're not talking about weeks of conversation here. It's only about exchanging a few messages by email or WhatsApp or text messages. It's just a few messages exchanged, and then we have connection, we have trust, and then we can offer our product. So the ads here are only to get the connection. We're running the ads in order to get connected with potential customers. So this is testing, this is not scaling yet. You're not trying to get 100 customers right away. You are trying to get one signal, one inquiry, one booking or one sale, one tell me more. So if somebody responds, you are on the right track. If nobody responds, change the angle or change the offer. And you spend like 50 euros in ads. It's basically a lesson for you. It is a learning experience. Now, you can also use the warm outreach method if you have existing clients or LinkedIn connections or email contacts, former colleagues, and so on. You can basically send them direct messages and start conversation with them. And if 10 people get interested, you typically can get like 3 to 5 low ticket customers from that warm audience. Now, in the next phase, you start building the premium product, the more expensive product. And why now? Because now you know you have evidence that your solution is going to sell in the market. You have built something small and you have sold it, you have customers, you have made some money, and now it's time to build a bigger one. So it's built on customer feedback, not guesses. Now, what this premium product could be? It is something with a higher price, typically in thousands, sometimes in tens of thousands. It could be like an online course or training program. It could be group coaching package. It could be premium consulting offer or done for you service at higher price. It really depends on your business, depends on your market and expertise and so on. But basically it is something much more expensive. Because now you know what the people on your market want, because they have told you and paid you. So it is excellent idea to build something bigger next. Now, the final phase is building the sales machine. And this is something that you absolutely need in order to make a lot of sales in your business. Because you can't sell without a proper sales machine. You cannot scale your business without a proper sales machine. This is super important. But you should not start from this one. You should start from the beginning by finding the problem and coming up with the test product and testing the market and then building the bigger product and finally building the sales machine. You scale what works and you systemize the customer acquisition. How does the sales machine work? There are 5 important components in the sales machine. It really depends on the business. There can be many differences between businesses, but basically there must be these 5 most important components. It all starts from advertising. Advertising is your number one traffic to get clients. So you run advertising in Google, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, wherever. You get traffic. And then you want to filter the traffic. You don't want to talk with every single person. You don't want to talk and spend time with people who are not going to buy from you. You want to filter out the low quality contacts and let only the high quality leads continue in your sales machine. Then you nurture these people. You warm up these people with automated emails. This is basically an automated email sequence that's going to warm them up. And then you invite these people to your sales event. And the sales event can be like a webinar, it can be Zoom call, it can be face-to-face meeting, it can be email discussion. And finally you sell. And this sales machine is quite a bit automated. It doesn't work 100% automated, but it has components that are like 90% automated. You only need to work and do the manual work in the first part and the 5th part. Basically running advertising and closing the sales. Pretty much everything else is automated. So you build this only after you have proof the market buys your solution. You don't want to build this first. You only want to build this once you have the proof that the market buys your solution. Now, why do you need such a sales machine? Why not just do random campaigns and all kinds of tricks to get sales? Without a proper sales machine, you get random results month to month. Sometimes you make sales, sometimes you don't. You have feast or famine cycle. Nobody likes that. You can't predict revenue. You can't build a business and grow business if you can't predict revenue. It's horrific. And you are always changing the next customer. And that's really painful. So with a proper sales machine, you get predictable lead flow. leads coming in every single day. You get steady revenue growth. You get sales coming in steadily. You get your system works while you sleep. You don't have to work for, you don't have to hunt clients all the time, because you have the machine that works while you sleep. And you only focus on delivery, not hunting. So the result with the proper sales machine is that you get consistent, growing stream of leads and customers. So what do you have in place after 45 days? If you do these things properly, after 45 days you have a tested offer, validated with real money. You have a sales process and sales machine you know how to use. You have real market data. You know who buys and why. You have first customers or clear knowledge of why not yet. You have premium product framework ready, and you have clear direction for next phase. You're no longer thinking, what should I do? You have direction and momentum. How does this 45 days look like? In the first 1 or 2 weeks, you come up with the problem and your offer and you start running ads to your test offer. And in the week 3 and 4, you have first conversations with potential customers and you make the first sales. And in the week 5, you build a bigger premium product, and it can be ready. It can be ready to sell. And in the final week 6, your sales machine is up and running. So the result is that you have a tested offer, first customers, and clear direction forward. There are 2 paths forward. Without this, you build for months and nobody buys. And then you start over again and you keep repeating the cycle. You are still stuck in 12 months. With the first money framework and approach, you test your idea in 1 to 2 weeks. You get real signals from the market, you get first customers in a few weeks, and you build bigger product with proof, and you get real income in 45 days. So let's recap the 6-step process. It all starts from finding the burning problem and audience, creating your offer, building a simple test product, and it's a service product, not a digital product. You get signals from the market with a small advertising budget, and then you start building your premium product, and finally building the sales machine. So first money, then structure, always. What is possible in 90 days, even if you are starting from zero? In 90 days, you can test the market and find a niche where you're going to work, and you come up with your first premium product that can be like 3 to 5k in price, and you're going to get few customers, and you can basically make 15 to 40k in the first 90 days. You can make even more, but 15 to 40k in 90 days is quite realistic. And this is not a promise. I can't promise you anything. Nobody can. But this is what becomes possible when you follow the framework and you do the things in the right way. And the results finally depend on your expertise, your effort, and your market, and many other things. Why do I know this works? I've been doing this for over 15 years. I have helped more than 2,500 professionals build and grow their online income. I have more than 2,500 customers in my coaching and consulting business. And I have followed this exact framework for years, and it has always worked great for me, and it's still working great for me. So the next step for you, I have created a free blueprint, the First Money Framework, in a PDF format, and you can find it in the link in the description below. So in this simple, fast reading free blueprint, you can find a full end-to-end example, filled in examples and templates. So there are basically templates plus completed versions side by side. There's an exercise for you to validate a burning problem in 60 minutes. And there are many tools for your decision making, like problem versus idea test, test product selector, and offer strength checklist. And also there are 5 most common mistakes, why they feel right, and what to do instead. So if you want to start building your business the right way, go down to my description field and click the link and order this completely free blueprint and start working today. See you next time.